Okay, there's going to be a video on doing the ball joints, upper and lower, tie rods. Tie rods ain't bad. Gotta go for a wheel line, but if it's just this one that I found loose, this is tight. The top tie rod is tight, nice and tight. And I did this front end like 7 years ago. It's this one. See the play? This one right here, which is giving me all the play. The other side's ball joint's a little loose, but it's not too bad. But my rule of thumb is you change everything. And it costs a little money, but if you're doing it yourself, it costs you nothing. Look at this, the cotter pin is totally gone on this. That's the size, but that cotter pin is gone. Wow. What is this? It's a 34. I don't like that 12 point. The 34 the 35 is too big, probably, yeah. I want to strip it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use that one. It's the only one they have. This is a 30. Yeah. I'm gonna have to use that one to get that off. Yeah. I'm just gonna pop this one. I can't get the gun in there, so I gotta get a universal. That's what I gotta do. These are gonna be freaking tight, man. I gotta get a cheetah ball and a breaker ball. Let me go grab that. Right back. Well, let's start with the tie rods. Did I bring where those tires at? Oh, great! I didn't put them in the box. Thought I put them in the box. Yes, I didn't. Alright, let me go get a pair of cotter pliers. I'll be right back. Oh, there we go. Cotter pliers. So you use these cotter pliers to grab it, get it going, and you just pull it out like this. You know, a lot of people always asking me, I need to take this thing off, this special cap. Pop that off. A lot of people are telling me, oh, you're not showing me how to do it. I don't need to show you. If you're not mechanically inclined, you shouldn't tackle a job like this. Alright? Weekend warrior. Do like my brother does. Throws a stack of money on the hood, and he says, fix it. And I say, no problem. But this gun is what you want. See that? So all you hear is a brrrt, and that's it. And then what I do is I just hit here, and that you shock it, and that tie rod should come out. Just like that. So he's a little, yeah, he's a little. He's not too loose, but he's loose. So we got these, they bought me that a few years ago, these double sway bar things. I mean, stabilizer. I should have taken those off first. So I'm gonna take these off, these C-clamps, and then just leave the shock hanging on that brace that came with it. This way I could drop this whole thing down and get the right amount of spins on it. So I could get very close to what the wheel line is now. As I go to P&S Garage, in Pennsylvania, they're the best with these big trucks. The best with these big trucks. You know, with wheel alignments. I don't know about anything else because I don't let no one work on my vehicles. Why? I'm a mechanic. I know how to do it. Why let somebody else do it? Let me pop those off. I'll be right back. Shocks are disconnected. See? Tie rod laying on the ground. Took the cotter pin out of here. Bolt out. I don't think you have to hit this one so much, but let's see. See? It's off. Now, yeah, it's very loose. Wow, very loose. Probably could have just bought that bushing. And the tie rods are pretty tight on top. It's a drag link tie rod. So what you want to do now, guys and girls, is loosen this and loosen this. And you want to count how many times you spun it out. And mark it. Make sure you remember. Screw the other one right back in the same amount of times. Put some anti-seize on here. The wheel alignment guy, I love you. Holy shoot. What's on this truck is so freaking heavy, man. Alright, so let's see if this tie rod's gonna pop up. Yes, okay. Here we go. He's really loose up there. But down here, he's tight. But it's ready. It's ready to be done. So this side is basically ready to... I take the tie rods out first for this reason. So I can move this. You know, I turn it this way. I can get the gun in here and get everything off with the gun. See, I did have a cotter pin. See? It just rotted away. Look at this. Stuff is just... This is 7 years old. 7 years old, but it was an eBay kit. Not bad. 7 years for eBay kit with these big giant tires on it. It didn't wear out right away. See, the ball joints are pretty good though. I did the test with the wheel on it and everything, but I'm always getting yelled at. My wife, my daughter, my son-in-law. Just do it, man. We'll buy the parts. So they tell me, we'll buy the parts, you do it. So I said, oh, no problem. I'm a spoiled dad. Yes, I'm a spoiled dad. You know. Alright, so I'm going to now, if you don't have experience to take off a caliper, then you shouldn't be watching this video. Alright, I'll do it for you, Justin, because I know you don't have no experience in it. You gotta get the right size on these monstrosities of a caliper. Where'd I get this from? Oh, yeah. 15. What do we got? 16. It's probably a 16. I'm not gonna have a 16. Maybe I have it in this. No, I don't have it in this. I keep forgetting. This kit doesn't come with a... No, it's not a 16. So how is it not a 15? It's not a 16. $17's a little tight. It's gotta be a 16, yeah. Alright. Take these off. There's all new brakes and everything. You bust it loose like that. And you bust the nuts out. Put little anti-seize on these. Put them up there. A lot of people like to push the brake in and everything. I don't need to do that. Let me just grab this by hand here. Alright, getting ahead of myself, guys. You have to press it in a little bit. Because I forgot, this has a little teeth on the end of the brake pad. You'll break the caliper. Alright, hold on a second. Alright, see? What did I do here? Why is it so big? Okay. See, you'll break that because of these little tits. See little tits? Yeah, so make sure you, what I do is I pry up against the axle and the back of this caliper. Just pull the brakes out. Leave all the springs on. You're always going to remember that that's the inside or the outside. Put them back the way you took them off. Alright, so I got to get a strap to strap this up here. So let me go get those zip ties. Alright, so the caliper's wired up. You're going to take the vacuum hose off for the four-wheel drive. So you can just put that in there and twist left, twist right. Yeah. Didn't want to change these hoses anyway because they're having a problem. It won't engage into four-wheel drive. It's either my vacuum pump or the big seal that's in here. I'll show you later. That big seal, see it? That's the vacuum seal right here. It presses onto the axle. And I put those new 5 years ago, but you know. What do we got here? This is a 24. This is 21. We'll go ahead and get Big Red. Pulls out. Put some Loctite on them when you put it back together. There's your caliper bracket. It's out. Put that with the brakes. Now you want to take a little like an 8 mil. Okay. For all these ABS hold downs. Get them all out. Put all the small stuff and stuff up there. Have to come out and it has to get unplugged from right there because you're taking this whole hub assembly off. That one's going to be done by hand. This one just clips out. There's a plug just freaking dangling here. It ain't supposed to be dangling here. You push and you pull, and that's it. These over here, use a screwdriver to get them out of the thing. Alright, let me get a wrench and get that off there. This one here, I gotta use a wrench, you can't get in there. So I got this big fancy gun, so I just pulled it out from there, the screw. So it's all ready to come out with the hub. Alright, so now, you want to take the Torx 20, is it? Torx 25. Get those off. night. Oh, still recording. Talks 25. And, you know, some people want you to take this off. My wife has asked me what happened. I don't know what she's talking about. Oh, she told me to look back. I looked back over there, heard something. Black bears. They're out here. Just pulled it out with a pair of pliers. See that? And dropped it on the dirt. An idiot. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Pull it right out. Make sure your O-ring is good. This you want to put in the truck. Well, you can leave it under here. Your rings is under the truck. But in here there's a snap ring in there that you want to get out. And I'm thinking if it's going to be better for me to take this big sucker off here. Because I don't know if they have counter pliers long enough to get in there. What is that noise? Holy macaroni. What is that? There better be a rock in there. Shit, those bearings are 7 years old. I don't want to start doing bearings now. Alright. Let me see if I'm going to have to remove this. Can't get in there, you see? What I do is I go get the short sockets. And I believe it's 19? No, it's a 21. Yeah, 21. Hey, not as already. Alright. 21, then I'll put extension through here. You know, then get the gun on it. So, but I'm not going to use that because that'll strip it. When using the gun, you don't want a socket like that. You want a socket like this. A 6-point. You don't want the 12. Use the 12. The power is going to strip it. Shit, I thought I was going to be able to get away with not taking that thing off, man. Alright, another 8 bolts. Let me go get the right socket for that. Right, this is the ball joint tool that we have. The Harbor Freight one, it's not strong enough for this. This piece breaks right here. So Advanced Auto Parts wrenched this one. After using it on this big truck, I bought it from them. I think it was like $150. I don't remember, it was so long ago. I opened it the wrong way. Just like every other time I open it, the wrong way. So it's got all these different, if you watch the videos, you've seen me use this before. So it has everything here for every vehicle. Alright, that's what we're going to use to get the ball joints. But we just went and got this 21 over there, extension to go in there. We'll see what we got here. Let's see. See? Takes it right off. Alright, let me get the rest of these off. Alright, so all 8 are off. It's hub centric, so it's all for this shit. You just gotta take the hammer, spin it. spinning it. See it coming off? Okay, pull it off. Once you break it free enough, just pull it right off. Put it to the side. Now you can take your rotor off. Which, by the way, is brand new. As you can see, look how thick these things are. Put it to the side. Okay. Now, you got to get your bearing off. Ow. I can't turn it now, no leverage. So you got bolts in the back. 4 bolts in there. Pull that bearing off. Let me get it going. So I took, one came out as a bolt, top one, because it's, you know, obviously looser there, and the other one came out as a nut. But they're really on there. You're gonna need this big gun. Get these off. Oh, these bad boys are on there. This one's got a double nut. I don't know what I did that for. This one has a double nut on it. Why I did that, I have no idea. That one's just, what the hell's going on there? That one came off as a nut. What the hell's going on with that other one? Hold on a second, boys. Let me see something with that one. For some reason, that bolt, where is it? Right there, had a double nut on it. Had this on top of it. Because maybe it stripped the shaft, I don't know. But it's spinning on there. So now I gotta figure this out, guys. So I'm gonna have to set you to the side for a minute. And I'll tell you how I got it out. Boys and girls, so I hammered a screwdriver in there to put some pressure on that screw back there. I get it? Almost. So it looks like it took the whole thing out. See? So what I'm gonna do is weld this nut on here. I'm gonna weld that nut on there so we don't have that problem. Now you can pull your bearing out with the plate. Be careful. Ow! Again, freaking wheel. Thing is so freaking heavy duty. Alright. So you put a screwdriver in there and you can just start prying it out. Of course, this thing weighs like 80 pounds, so I'm gonna grab it by hand. So let me pull it out. But everything's gonna come off. This wire, this plate, and the bearing all together. One thing I almost forgot. The snap ring in there. You see it? You see it. I know you see it. See it right back there? Use these pliers. It's not easy though. It's not easy to get that out. Got to get that out. Alright, so after you fight with this for an hour with these, then the bearing comes out with the plate, like I said. Shit. And that's what it looks like out. Holy macaroni. Now in that hub I found some plastic in here. So, gotta look into that. Now what you want to do to get this big seal out, which I changed, and it was supposed to be good. It's raining now, getting mad. Okay, hold on. Just put a bar in here, let's see if we can get this to come out. The axle is sealed. Put it between there and there. Let me see if we can pop it through with the axle. I hear it. I hear something. but I don't see nothing. Gonna need a double hand here, buddy. Let me pause this a minute. Alright, boys. I had to go get the Rodney Danger ball. I got this from my father about 30 years ago. Put it between here and popped it. It didn't come easy. I had to go get Rodney Danger ball because this booty ball is not working. Alright, so now you can pull the axle out. Nice. You do it nice, alright? Hold on. Alright, see? These are the other dust seals in there that I changed. But it's all rotted out in there. There's a little oil in there, but that's from the end of that axle there. So this seal has to be pounded off here. And then another one put on. I did these U-joints 7 years ago. They got grease fittings, so we're gonna just grease them up. Alright? Alright. You like that at the end, huh? Alright? Alright. Alright, there you go. I forgot to bring the breaker bar. Let me go get that breaker bar. Alright, so we got Rodney the breaker bar with Sandy the cheetah. And they work together great. Okay? The other ball joint is in there. So you go through here to get that one. There you go, they're off. Now we gotta hit it to get that to pop out of there. You know, my wife, she told me it's a big job. Remember last time we did it? I told her, guy's gonna want like $2,000 to $3,000 to do this job. So I called just for the hell of it. And the guy told me, I won't use your parts. I gotta get my own parts. You're looking at $4,000. I told him, you got a better shot. A better shot at hitting the lotto and getting laid with Ronda Rousey. He said, really? I said, really? I'll do this myself, I told him. For what I spend. The whole front end, all the parts, the seals and everything was Rock Auto. Wow, like 200, I think. I think it was $200 to buy everything. Yeah, I understand. It's labor intensive. But I'll do it myself all day to save $3 grand. 4,000. Whatever. And he says I only use Moog. I said, yeah, that's what I'm using. Alright. It's a-coming. Slowly. But it's coming. There it is. Watch your legs. Because it will break them. Okay. So, I'm going to go have a little cafe with my wife. Sweat my balls off. And then I'll... See, they were just a little loose, but not bad, you know? Had to be done. Shut up already, man. Fuck you, Justin. I know you're talking shit. Laughing your ass off. Ow! See, he's laughing at me right now. Time I get hurt, he laughs. I know it. And every time there's a hailstorm, he calls me. Because me and Big Red over there, we do the dumpster service for Holton. So make sure you get this snap ring off, which is garbage now. You don't need it, don't worry about it. Then we're going to use a pretty tool there, press everything out. Let me go eat something. See, and then another thing is I didn't grease these for 7 years. The grease is still in them. See? The top is very tight. I feel a little grinding, but that's normal, I think. Alright, let me go eat something, man. I'll be back. Alright, I didn't go do the coffee now, I figured I'd do this first. So I got it on like that with that piece. Big fuel. Really hold it. Took the piece out of there, the ring. You hear it? Is he touching that yet? He's almost touching it. So I gotta guide him in the hole now. You know what I'm saying? Guide him in the hole. Get it? Should be saying guide him into her hole. Let me loosen that up because that's how to go right in there. You see it? But he wants to go the wrong way, so I gotta guide it. He doesn't want to go up and stay up. You just gotta go for it. No holds barred. And there's your old ball joint pressed out. Now I'll press the other one out. I think the grease fittings are no good anyway, so I usually just hammer them off and see if they'll twist off. This will stop you from pressing. And I believe this kit here didn't come with grease fittings. I remember I drilled the holes in all the ball joints. That's why it's going in crooked, you see? I drilled the holes and put the grease fittings in. I don't remember if this goes out that way or this way. Let's try and see what happens. Alright, so you go through the bottom ball joint. That's why I did the top one. I mean the bottom one first. And how you doing? Top one out. Alrighty. Let's get the new ones. Macaroni. Okay, this is our upper, I think. Yeah, upper. Quick steer. Made by Moog. Here's the part number. Yeah, here's the part number. That's your upper. Quick steer. Lower. That's your ball joint. Ball joint. That quick steer is made by Moog. It's the people that can't afford to buy the $70 Moog ball joint. They get these for $20. It's made by Moog. It's got to be just as good as the $70 one, right? That's what I'm gonna say. Comes with a clip. That's for the bottom one. It's only one nut. I don't know why I put 2 nuts on there. I was worried about this shit falling apart, maybe. So, this one's gonna go in here. Bada bing. This upper one is gonna go in there. Bada bang. So let's just match them up real quick. Yep, looks like it. And yep, it looks like it. The only difference is this one, oh, the ridge isn't on it because of the scratch on it. Alright. So you want to take the rubber off to put it in because of the scratch up. You know what I'm saying? Alright, that there. Let's do the same thing. Let's put the top in first. But, do we have to do that? No, I don't think so. Hold on. When the rubber is like this, these little tits in them, little indentations, I don't like to take them off. They're so hard to get back on. So I'm going to use this one, which looks like Danny destroyed. It fits right over the rubber, right onto where it seats. So I'm going to try it like that with this one first. Because make sure you don't move that. That's part of your alignment. See this thing with the slit in it? Where is it? Where am I? Oh, over here. Okay, that. Alright, let me put this together, see what we got here. See what I got, because I got this sticking out here. I got to put another piece on the end there. See what I got. Alright, this is what I came up with. It's a cap that could go there. That one for there, and that one for there. Let's see what we got. Looking like he's in there. So, but what I don't understand is why they give you this clip. Doesn't have a clip on the old one, and it's not coming out far enough. What do I do here again? For a clip. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's maybe it fits on other vehicles. I don't know. But he's in there. Let's make sure he's all the way down. He looks like he's all the way down. That's why I don't like to do those things, like I said. Let me see if it'll go in a little more. So this is what I got set up here for this one. Might be stopping because we're hitting that cap. Let's see. That's usually what it is. Let me check it. I forgot that this has a hole in the end, so the ball joint can come through. The ring around it. Perfect. Alright. Take your snap ring. See that? Something changed the color on here? What the heck's going on here? Holy macaroni. Oh, sorry about that. Battery went dead. So that ball joint's in. You take your snap ring. Like so. You open it up. And you get it going around. But, of course, mine's not going to go right on. Alright. Hold on. Oh, there it is. See? That's how you get it on. Don't forget to put your grease cap on. Like so. Okay, now would be a great time to screw this dummy pin out and put this other one in there. Yeah, like I said, they give you the thing. That's not gonna be good. What size is that? That's what sucks about it, you see? So now you gotta grease it and then tighten it while it's on the truck. Alright, where's your grease fitting? Where's the lower ball joint grease fitting? Okay, this is his nut. Where the heck is his grease fitting? I just have it here. Alright, I'll find it. Think. Let me find that grease fitting, screw it in there, tighten it down. Alright, so the sealing surface gotta be nice and clean in here. So I'm gonna spread a little of this lubricant on here to loosen anything up. Because this has to be really sealed tight. Because this is this vacuum seals it, you know? Yeah, it's a little rusty in there. See the hole there? The hole there comes to this. That's the vacuum. But this is all ridged up here. So we gotta bang this off here with a hammer. Bang the old seal off. So let me do that. I'm telling you, nothing is ever easy. Ever easy with these trucks. Nothing. Holy macaroni. This is a holy bologna and macaroni. Let me get you this seal. Getting hot now. You leave this in the front. The National is the part number from what do you call it? Rock Auto. I think I should have mashed it up before I beat the heck out of it. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, so this gotta go on here. Gotta clean the surface, make it nice. Pound this onto there first. Then you gotta pound it again into there. So I think I'm gonna use this PVC. My daughter said this is what I used to get them on last time. I don't know. Danny used this one, but that's obviously gonna cut that. I'm not gonna do it like that. I'll try the PVC with a piece of wood. Alright, let me do it and then I'll tell you what I did, because so it's on there and I use this. This is a 3 to 4 fitting. I hit that part on and then felt like it went on better like that. So this is like the perfect size. Put that with a piece of wood on the back and I banged it on. I mean, I don't know. See, this one is out. This one is out the truck though. But that lip is not prominent like this one, like sticking out like that. So I don't know. That's the part that presses on there, so. Now I cleaned this. I'm going to just lubricate it a little bit with that lubricant. Just so I can get in there, slide in. Put the axle back in now. So this O-ring, I just cleaned it up. I put a little grease on it. I'm not going to change it. because I don't have time. I gotta get this thing back on the road. If it don't work, I'll just do it the way I've been doing it. Locking the hubs. So I'm gonna put a piece of wood on here now, bang this all the way, and then tighten them down. Alright, tool again. Snap ring is in. What I had to do on mine was I had to pry the axle for up again because it was like out too far. Alright, so that's in. Now we're gonna put the rotor on and put the wires on. I'm gonna clip this hose, fix it. Yeah, this line is leaking, that's why it wasn't working. Alright. So it's got a little crack here on the end. So I just take the cutters and I just clip the holes. Just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then put it back on there. Alright, let me get the rotor on here. Take your little 8 mils. Snug them in. That one you gotta use the wrench. 8 mil wrench. Or you can use a 1/4-inch socket. Where's that at? I was using it for something. Here it is. All the way on there. Just gonna fit in there. Just gonna fit in there. That's the ABS sensor bolts. Alrighty. Okay. Now the dually bump. I found inside here. This, first of all, is all grease in here. I don't think it's supposed to have grease in here. It's pieces of plastic broken off. So I don't know what I'm gonna do here. There's a piece of plastic broken off. A couple spots, I can see it here. So, see how it works out. I don't know. Whoa, I'm going down. Alright, so let me get this this bracket, brake bracket on. I put Loctite on the lower ball joint. Top one gets a cotter pin, so you don't have to do it there. I put Loctite on the bearings, the bearing bolts. You know, blue Loctite, nothing crazy. So this is gonna go back. Like this. And I'll put Loctite on those also. See, they got Loctite on them? I'll put more Loctite. Battery's going dead, guys. Alright, battery's dying. I had it in the car charging. So basically, put the caliper back on, caliper bracket. My torque is 3,000 psi. And I tightened the by hand the caliper. These I tightened with the 3,000 psi, and it's ready to go. That's all back together. Now the ball joint, my battery's gonna die, so listen and understand. Gonna loosen these up. See, it's going dead again. Gonna loosen these up. Keep it somewhere flat and straight. Count how many turns you screw it out, and then put the new one back in the same amount of turns. Tighten these back up, send it to the guy to wheel line. Same thing here. Count how many turns on the one on the end there. This one, same thing. And on here, loosen this one. This comes from the steering box. Bolts right in here. I'm going to take that off. Pitman arm. And I bought this arm new. And I bought the tie rod new. I'm going to loosen it, count how many turns. Let me charge my battery. And I also got this, what's that, sway ball link? Is that what that is? The ball joint that goes in there. Stabilizer. That's what it's called. That one there. I'm going to change that too. It's going to be a tough one there. I did it with Danny's truck. Oh my God. The press we have wouldn't even take it out. That tool there. Let me charge the battery, see if I can keep these going here. Alright, so that tie rod took, it's the driver's side, 31 turns. And that will be this one. This is the driver's side. Getting so freaking big and heavy on this sucker. Yeah, match it up. It's the same. Part number is that's the part number. Driver's side tie rod. This is the passenger side. The long one that goes through. This other tie rod here. This is that one over there that goes through on the other end. So that one is that part number. The one that the little ball joint, little tie rod goes through. And this is the long nose tie rod. This long one. Here it goes down from over there. It goes down through this one over there. See it? So that's 29 turns. My battery's going dead, so I'm just going to give you these part numbers. This is the one that goes from the one that's hanging down there. It goes from the steering box to this long one that goes through the bolts. See it over there? Same one. So you gotta count how many turns you pull it out, but that part number is right there. Alright. And basically the rest is just, let me see if I can save this battery. Let me charge it. I'm gonna put this all back together. But like I said, this was 31 turns to get it out. But as you see, where the rust is where I have to go back into with this one. So it's pretty easy. Screw it back in here. Right in here. Same. Alright. So let me get this piece back together. Let me charge the battery. Alright guys, I want to show you what I did on this tie rod and the old, see I did that to the old one too. See the grease fitting? I drilled that because it didn't come with one. I don't know why the driver's side don't come with a grease fitting, but I drill it and the right size. Don't ask me what size, I don't know what size. It's the size of the grease fitting you're going to put on. Okay, that's the size. I put it in there and I tap it and I put the grease fitting in. Now, I'll put this on there, over there. Man, it's tough working on these big trucks, man. Whew. Very, very tough job to work on these trucks. Now do you understand the guy wants $4 grand? Oh. Alright, I'm going to tighten that up. And that's the ball joint. I screwed it in 31 turns. I'm going to tighten this up. And The wheel alignment guy do the rest. So that's how you do the ball joints and the tie rods. Let me see if I can get the rest of this off, show you. So everybody's gonna say, yeah, finish. Alright, let me do a little more. Charge the battery a little more.